name is Alicia, and I currently serve as the interim director for the Office of Multicultural Affairs. A tradition within our office is the first Wednesday of every month, we host what's called Brown Bag Diversity Discussions. This is an opportunity for the Office of Multicultural Affairs to partner with academic affairs and bring about issues that are relevant to today's students, to talk about issues that our students are facing not only in the classroom, but as well as in their everyday lives. And so today we're very fortunate to be blessed by three phenomenal women here on our campus. Dr. Chinyere Okafor, Dr. Marche Fleming-Randall, as well as Dr. Rhonda Lewis-Moss. Today's topic is racial profiling of a good student.
Welcome to Racial Profiling of a Good Student. Today you have an opportunity to listen to three dynamic speakers talk about it, but we kind of want to take the focus off of us just having to talk about profiling, being a good student. So we're going to leave a lot of time open for you to ask questions on how you can be a top student on this campus. But before we get started, I kind of want to show you a video that was made on last year that we did. And so you can listen to some of the concerns that some of the students had when we did on a predominantly white campus. Well, that was done last year, and we had some concerns on the campus about not only minority students, people were being discriminated against for the way they looked, their sexual preference. How many of you have been discriminated in a class? Do you consider yourself being profiled? Okay, so we're going to give you some information today that may help you, but on a sidebar note, it doesn't care if you're black, white, or anything indifferent. If you feel like you've been discriminated in a classroom, you need to notify someone when you first get that notion in your head that it is going on, because at the end of the semester, we really can't do anything about it. If you knew in January, you should have came to us in January. Or if you knew when it happened, or when you got your grade at midterm, don't wait till the end of the semester thinking you're going to be able to pull it out. Make sure that if you feel like you're being discriminated, that somebody knows about it. I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Lewis-Moss at this time.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We got their lunches and everything. This is good. I just had a couple of tips that I wanted. My statement was supposed to talk about what professors expect in the classroom from students. And so I'm just going to kind of read off a couple of things. We really want to just hit the discussion. We really want to discuss when we have the mics today. So again, I want to thank the Office of Multicultural Affairs and Alicia Newell for putting this together, and Dr. Randall for arranging this, and Dr. Okafor. So here's the expectations from my point of view. I expect students to come to class. I know that sounds obvious, but there's been a lot of people in my class this semester who've been missing in action. And you really can't get the full feel of the class if you don't come. I expect students to turn in their assignments on time. Now, maybe I'm from the old school, but if an assignment is due on Tuesday, turn it in on Tuesday, not 2 months from now. So that messes up my grading flow. So I also expect students to kind of have a positive attitude. I remember when I was I think it was my first or second year here at Wichita State, I was taking Western Civilization. And I'm thinking, nobody really gets excited about Western civilization except maybe a history major. But I remember my attitude was so positive towards the topic that, I was able to get through, and I was interested in what we were talking about. And of course, I got an A in the class. So, you're having a positive attitude is very important. Also, I expect students to meet my expectations and follow instructions. Do what is asked. If I ask you for a sandwich, I don't want a buffet, and I don't want a biscuit. I want a sandwich. So, you might put a little bacon on it, lettuce, tomato, ham, turkey, Miracle Whip and some cheese, and maybe lightly toasted. That's going to be the sandwich that I might want, not some other thing. So, if the professor asks you for a certain thing, give that to them. They say they want a 2-page paper, give them a 2-page paper. They say they want a 50 paper, give them what they asked for and meet their expectations. I also expect students to really work hard. Not having this kind of, slapper attitude, but really coming to class to really learn and really work hard. I also expect students to do their own work and to not plagiarize other people's work or pay for someone else's work, which is the new trend that's out there. Turn in your own work so that you can develop your own skills. I expect critical thinking. I expect that when you read the material, it's not just, oh, I read it. Well, did it spark anything or did it not? You can say that too. And I also expect insightfulness. Just, having that ability to process information, I think would be really important to do. And then I expect students to know more about the topic, hopefully, if I've done my job at the end of the semester, you know more now than you did at the beginning. And so those are just a few of my expectations that I look for in students. I'll turn it back over to Dr. Moran.
The racial profiling of a good student. I'm sure that some of us will be wondering, what has race got to do with it? Race has a lot to do with it because we all are perceived to belong to one race or the other, and sometimes we perceive ourselves as belonging to a certain race, and some of us might say we don't belong to any race. Racial thinking is very much part of the way we think about people and the way we analyze what is happening to us. So what we want to show here is what makes a good student. By the time we end, you will see that race might have little to do with it, or nothing, or a lot. I sampled some students in order to get at this, but I'm sure some of you might have more things to say, and I just summarize. The summary is that students, class colleagues expect other students to respect them and also earn their respect. And I've broken it down into 5 points. Come to class on time and not bang the door when you come in late because you distract other people. Do not make noise or engage in private conversation because that also distracts. Contribute to class discussions and group projects, and don't leave it to a few people to do so that you share the grades with them. Be open to other people's viewpoints. Don't think that you know it all because you might have something to learn from others. And don't put others down when you disagree with them or make fun of them when you disagree with them. Well, there are others, but let's just go on. The university also has expectations from students. Be a serious student and be a team player. How do you do this? You do this by knowing your instructors. Some of us are in this university, we don't know the university, don't know where the things are, we don't know who is who. Just try to learn, your environment where you are. Know your instructors, know your advisors, know other students. Not all of them, but just try. In the process of trying, you are becoming a teammate, a team player. Focus on your courses and don't miss classes. Support students' activities. Get involved in students' organizations and support those organizations by attending and whatever activity they are engaged in. Take enough classes to enable you to finish and get involved in the society. This is not a permanent place to stay. It's a place that you come in, you get what you want to get, and then you get out for the next step, contributing to society. They expect you to be a good ambassador. You represent the USU and also to give back to the university, getting involved in alumni and other associations that support the university. That's basically that. There are others. Thank you.